Oh boy, Capcom came out of nowhere with a sudden announcement of the next huge DLC for Monster Hunter World, and it's coming out tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, they pulled an Apple. Like, show us the goods and tell us it'll be out tomorrow. So, very cool stuff. Obviously what you're seeing here is the new trailer that they have teasing it, and really the big point of this update is the introduction of Lunastra, which is a returning monster that hasn't been in Monster Hunter for like 10 years. It's the female version of Teostra, and they did a lot of new stuff here to make this monster really unique and stand out instead of just being sort of like a color swap. An hour after they announced this on Twitter, they did do a live stream, and I'm going to recapture all the information because they shared tons of detail, including some gameplay clips as well of Lunastra. So, of course, here is the English slide that they were showing. Lunastra is the big thing. She was back in Monster Hunter DOS as like the single-player version of Teostra, and Teostra was the multiplayer version. But in this game, they're just making it all multiplayer, so they're getting rid of that. But they are keeping the fact that this is the female version of the species, and Teostra is the male. A quick recap of everything we're going to go over in this video. We're going to talk about Lunastra's weapons and armor, what they do, why they're special, because there's some special techniques on these things that don't exist on any of the other weapons in the game. We're going to talk about the new mantle that they're introducing with this update if you take down Lunastra, which is a quest from the Swordmaster that you can get. There's a pretty cool, powerful new mantle. We're going to look at just a few clips. I am going to put a link down below where you can watch the full stream that they did here in Japan so you can see what makes her so cool. And we're going to cover the new event quest, which is the Arc-Tempered Dragons, which is going to open up tons of new possibilities. Sit on back and let's jump in. Now before we go into anything, let's look at some of the clips of Lunastra in gameplay. There's an event quest that you get from the Swordmaster, which features Lunastra, but there's also a Teostra in here, and you'll see why in a little bit of why that's so important. But here's the whole thing with Lunastra. She sends these like blue flames, which is this flammable liquid that covers the arena. Anytime you're around these blue flames, if you notice that health, it's going down, down, down. So you need to bring tons of cold drinks to make sure that you're not losing tons of health. One very cool thing, and I love this addition, is that if you're using a water weapon, if you swing your weapon or shoot a water shot anywhere near it, it will put out that blue flame. I really hope that they introduce this more in the future. I love the idea that having an elemental weapon can help with environmental stuff. So here we're going to see how she's just a little bit different than Teostra, and here when they get together, they have this real good synergy because she sets off these blue flames, Teostra sends out fire, and that just expands it even further across the arena. So you're going to be basically feeling like you're fighting in a pool of magma. Now the coolest thing is when these two get enraged, they do not do a turf war, they do a special attack. Check this out. Look at this health bar, it is now racing downwards. This special type of flame after they do their double nova is very much like the poisonous water when you fight Val, and it's going to really make sure that you're dead if Lunastra hits you with the nova or she attacks you afterwards. Here they are putting on the new temporal mantle. This is a very powerful mantle. What it does is for a short period of time when you have it on, if you get hit by anything from a mid to a large attack, you will automatically evade it, sort of like Adept style in Monster Hunter Generations, and you won't take any damage whatsoever. That is insane. We're going to talk about her armor after this clip, but there is a skill that it does have which reduces the cooldown time on mantles, so I like that synergy. Okay, and here we go with her single sort of blast. I love this. Check this out. She blows up, sends these huge blue flames all around. Your life is going down, ensuring that you're going to get killed if she hits you, and then boom. And yes, they did cart, and I think it was on purpose. Now, going to her armor, they only showed off the alpha set, but they said that the big selling point of Lunastra stuff is heavy customization. So we're talking tons of slots. The alpha set out of the gate here, it had wide range 4, health boost level 3, blast attack up level 3, that cooldown skill for mantles level 3, free element level 2, peak performance level 2, evade distance up level 2, and you'll see that last skill down there we'll talk about, that's actually a weapon skill, and she does come with the Teostra set bonuses as well. Now this is alpha set, so it's not supposed to have good slots. We got a level 3, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 3, level 3, level 1, level 3, level 1. I mean, that is just a ton of slots, and her weapons also have a level 3 and a 1 slot on them as well. I can't wait to see what the beta set's going to be. It's going to be ridiculous. And for the first time in Monster Hunter World, they've done this in past games, Lunastra weapons have a special skill attribute to them. There's actually 3 different types of Lunastra weapons you can make, and they didn't say it on the stream, but looking at the Japanese wording of these item names, we know that it's Lunastra parts mixed with either Nergigante, Valhazak. This first one they have up here, which is obviously a Valhazak combination with Lunastra, comes with a skill on the weapon, which is Razor Sharp or Ammo Conservation. That's just on the weapon. That's an entire set skill. That's crazy. For the second weapon type that they were showing, it's very obviously mixed with Nergigante parts, and this one comes with the Nergigante growth skill on it and just that weapon. That's the one where you sort of regenerate health slowly as you attack a monster. Pretty cool. And finally, the third variation of the Valhazak weapon has a little bit less slots, but it comes with Guts. Guts allows you to take sort of a one-hit kill and not die. So being able to have that on a weapon is another really cool choice as well. I see high attack, I see high affinity. These weapons look very promising. I mean, talk about potential. Look at this sword and shield. This is the one mixed in with the Nergigante part, so you get Nergigante's growth on this thing. It does get 1 slot, white sharpness, 280 attack, 120 blast, and a level 3 and a level 1 slot. That's nuts. As someone who really loves blast weapons, I definitely think that Lunastra weapons are going to be my favorite in the entire game. I just hope that there's one for every weapon type, or at least, you know, there's a good enough selection. So here is the slide they showed. We do know now that there is a greatsword, longsword, bow, dual blades for sure, but we also saw sword and shield in that previous screenshot as well as bow guns, so this tells me that there's more than what they're just showing here. And they have this really pimp looking Lunastra Palico set, which is really nice as well. And here's the slide that they showed on the new specialized tool, the Temporal Mantle. This thing seems a little broken to me. They mentioned that you're gonna see some really interesting, probably time attackers or just players moving really interesting and gracefully around a monster. I mean, I don't know. At this point, we're all sort of burning the flames of endgame content, so maybe something that's a little bit broken isn't such a big deal. They also had a surprisingly large list of additions and changes that they're making in this update. Apparently, you were not able to get tempered monster investigations for breaking parts and defeating tempered monsters. I wasn't even aware of that. But basically, they're going to make it much easier for you to hunt tempered monsters, which is going to be really important because Lunastra's set is all about those, having all those slots. So they really want people to have decorations. If they could only tweak the tables a little bit, that would be nice. They're also making it so that you can change your armor pigment or use layered armor at other places within Astera. And they're finally going to be fixing it where the camera that pulls your neck away. Although I think they fixed it for after you die, they didn't fix it for when you start a quest, so they're going to go ahead and implement that as well. Other noteworthy changes is there was this Monster PhD trophy or achievement, and what they were doing was a little bit mean. They were adding the requirement for any new monsters that were added to the game. I think they realized that was not very nice, so they're going back and they're just going to go with the original roster, so it's going to be easier to get that trophy or achievement. So if that's been frustrating you, I think you'll be pretty happy. And normally I wouldn't go through all the different bug fixes because this time there's quite a bit actually, especially with Culve. But the ones I want to call out here specifically is the sort of cheats that people have been realizing. One of them was being able to have an infinite buff by doing certain things with the longsword. That's now being fixed. And also that sort of cheat where you can do an ultra amped discharge with the charge blade and cancel it in the middle of the attack into a super has been going to be changed as well. Happy about that because that was really broken and that was definitely not intentional game design. There's some bugs. You can go on their website to get more details, so I'm not going to go over them here. So normally that would be the update. We had the Lunastra, we learned about the new system, we learned about the small changes that they're going to make. That's great and dandy, but then they said that they're introducing a new system for everybody who's sort of burning on the end game content and are looking for something even more challenging, like even harder than Tempered Devil Joe. And they showed us this. That's right, they're introducing, I hate that it's time sensitive, but I guess it makes sense, these new things called Arc Tempered Monsters. These things are more powerful than even a Tempered Devil Joe they said on the stream, and they will give you the ability to craft these new types of armor which are supposed to be super powerful and worthwhile, called the Gamma series. The first one that they're going to be releasing is June 8th through June 21st, but though they did mention on stream several times that the timetable for this may change, Tsujimoto-san had a really weird look on his face, like maybe they weren't really committing yet to this being the date, but we know it's probably next month. But I am happy to see it's not a 1-week quest. At least they're thinking of several weeks, because we're really going to want this, and Kieran is going to be so hard to fight. As for what the Gamma series does, we don't know. They didn't mention anything on the stream except for that these things are going to be insane. They said that they are going to have weapon tiers that you can bring up another level and even higher, but they will require that sort of commemoration that you get from like that HR 100 quest and stuff like that. So this is really meant for those who are in the true endgame of Monster Hunter World. The second arc tempered monster is going to be later in June after the Kirin, which is going to be Valhazak. Again, I love that they're doing new designs for the armor. They said it's going to be really sweet, but we're going to have to wait for some more details. And for those of you who want more layered armor, they did make a commitment on stream saying that they are going to release more events and more different types of layered armor because they realize that players want it, so look forward to that. I was kind of hoping they would just say like layered armor would be opened up to all the normal stuff, so that's a little disappointing, but I do like the idea that they're definitely committing to creating new stuff, which is always good. Then finally, if you were curious about buying tickets to redo your Hunter again, just like your appearance and your name, they did announce the sales price for that if you're interested. And that's that. I do encourage you to watch the official stream down on the link in the description of this video, because really Capcom does deserve those views and they need to know that people are interested in this content. I thought it was a really good demo. They sometimes don't do really good demos on Capcom TV, but this time they used the dev staff, so I thought it was pretty sweet. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you excited to finally face off against Lunastra? Are you an old-time veteran and you're really happy that she's coming back? What are your thoughts on the fact of how different she is? And let me know your thoughts on, her special skills, the new arc-tempered monsters, and things that you're looking forward to. Very happy to see continued support for this game, and I'm looking forward to any updates they have in the future. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this quick news video. Sorry if it's a little sloppy, but I wanted to get it out to you ASAP, especially if you're the type of player who's now on a break, like myself from Monster Hunter World, just because we don't want to burn ourselves out and we've kind of run out of objectives to do. Power up your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One and get ready to get back into the hunt starting tomorrow. Hit that like button if you liked this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, happy hunting.